chevron sheets, which are like the bee stripes, with a black and white blanket, and you slowly tie these things together.
Actress, activist, and Hudson Valley resident Hilarie Burton returned to Astor Family Services in Rhinebeck this week with her team of dedicated volunteers to continue renovation efforts of Astor's residential treatment center.
We started off this initiative thinking that we were just going to do one unit. We were just going to do the seat night unit right here, which is where our girls live, a lot of our older girls. And as we were putting together our materials downstairs in storage, we realized, oh, we've got quite a bit of surplus from our other units. Should we just do all of them? And so with the magic of our volunteers here, I mean, these guys busted their butts. We have finished the 4 units that we set out to complete in our Astor residential renovation.
So how does it feel to be done with these 4 wings?
I kind of don't even know how to process that quite yet, because the last 2 years have all been, it's all that build-up of getting ready for a unit, doing the unit, and then saying, okay, well now I've got to do the next one. And so to have completed our initial goal in a much shorter time frame than I originally anticipated is thrilling.
The Seat Night unit, home to girls 10 to 13 years old, boasts a butterfly garden theme in the common areas to encourage them to be whimsical and dream big. Meanwhile, down the hall in the Christopher unit, Hilarie and her volunteers went with a farm theme to help the children hold on to their juvenile innocence. Each child's room, though, was decorated to their individual interests.
We have the counselor on each floor go and speak to each child and say, what are your interests? So we get a color scheme, we get like a show or cartoon that they kind of like, and then we get, whether they like sports or all of those preferences.
The results of these mini renovations weren't just superficial, though.
What we didn't anticipate is that doing these renovations would affect their behavior. I was under the impression that it would just help them kind of restore the childhoods that they've lost. A lot of these kids have been exposed to things that make them grow up really quick. And what we wanted to do was put them in juvenile settings where they could absolutely revert back to being children. What we found out after doing our first unit is that their incidence of outbursts reduced dramatically, and that was just a fluke. That was a happy accident.
When the kids feel that there's people out there thinking about them, worrying about them, doing things for them, it makes them feel that much better about themselves, because all of the kids that live here struggle with that.
The children aren't the only ones who have been touched by these renovations. Many local businesses, such as De Blasi Painting, Stanhope Electric, and McEthron Contracting, have returned for each renovation, volunteering their time and resources, as well as one couple who traveled from Canada for the 2nd time to help with the renovation.
There's not a lot of words that can really state what we've felt here with everything that's going on. When you see where it came from to where it is now, words don't even have it. They really, truly don't. It's just, the emotions are so big, starting on the Monday, and then by the time you get to this today, everything you guys have seen, it's just totally takes you back a little bit. So.
Although these renovations are finished, it doesn't mean that Hilarie and her crew are.
I feel like on Monday I'm going to start planning our next project. So this just, there's a lot of work to be done here, and this chunk being done feels amazing, but there's more.